it feels like a spaceship. Listening to this album, Moving Pictures by Rush, it feels like you're on a spaceship. Alright, little sentimental story for everyone. When I was a little boy, I used to go to the science center. I would go there, learn about science. Well, the science center that I went to with my family had this dome-like theater, and you basically could just sit there, like, kind of like this. And, you know, most theater screens have, like, you know, just those little, just flat screens. Well, this one had, like, a dome, so you'd be sitting there in the theater, right? And you'd be kind of, like, lying back, like, whoa, like, you could see globes and, you know, the solar system spinning around you. It was actually the way I think movie theaters should be from now on. But, you know, then again, what can we do? If you want to hear an album that makes you feel like you're in a spaceship, The Moving Pictures by Rush. Now, Rush is quite an interesting band. They were very unique. They weren't metal per se, they were more progressive rock. A lot of Rush's music involved that little brrrr sound. Led by Geddy Lee on vocals and bass, and Neil Peart on the drums. You know, Neil Peart's just one of those motivational drummers. Like, he will inspire people to pick up the drumsticks and just, you know, Neil Peart wasn't like a hurricane on the drums like John Bonham was. Neil Peart was was very jazz. He sounded very jazz, almost like a jazz player on the drums. Thanks to Rush's appearances on TV shows, they found a new popularity, like a whole new generation of fans. And it was good timing too, just before their final tour, and just before Neil Peart passed away in 2020 from cancer. Neil Peart was nicknamed the Professor for a reason. He was one of the most intelligent musicians that ever lived. If I were to meet any drummer, like especially like if I want to get a lesson from any musician, it would have been Neil Peart. He was such a really intelligent individual, and a lot of us really wanted to meet him. Me and my friends wanted to get to know who Neil was and how he got so good on the drums. He would have just told us, practice makes perfect, you guys. Track 5 on the album, The Camera Eye, that song made me feel like I was on a virtual ride, you know? I felt like I was on a virtual ride going back and forth and forward and backward. It's a good song to kind of relax, take a deep breath, and listen to it at your home. I listened to it in my car a couple times, and I actually thought, I gotta review this, so here I am. This is an album that I want to own now. It's a great shame that I have to return it in just a couple of days. Rush was also different, not only because they were progressive rock, but because they were from Canada, and a lot of Canadian music wasn't really hitting it big. Rush was kind of like they opened the door for more Canadian acts. So before Shawn Mendes, before Corey Hart, Celine Dion, Bryan Adams, Nickelback, you know, all the Canadian artists that we see today, before Drake, before everybody, there was Rush. Rush was a gateway. This band put Canada on the map. Bass player and lead singer Geddy Lee also inspired Cliff Burton to pick up a bass. Cliff Burton was the bass player for Metallica. And that just shows you how inspirational Rush is and was. Even Vinnie Paul was interviewed about Rush. Vinnie Paul, the drummer from Pantera. So, that's all I have to say about The Moving Pictures from Rush. Pick up the album, you guys. You're missing out on a whole bunch of music. Oh wait, that's right. I almost forgot. I was about to walk away without rating the album for you. 10 out of 10 stars. You know, I never even came across an album that disappointed me once. I know there's an album out there that's gonna disappoint me. I don't know which one it is, but I will find it. Eventually. But of all the albums that I rented, not one disappointed me. In fact, one of these days I should do a video showing you my entire record collection.